Alright guys, what's up? This is HungriCroc coming at you now with MechWarrior Online, here today to try out this new mech called the Hellbringer. Now this mech is on trial and I've seen a lot of people actually use this mech. It is free to use and try it out, of course, and I'm trying to figure out what all the hubbub is about this mech particularly. Honestly though, if we're to look at the stats, it actually is weaker in terms of armor compared to the Mad Dog itself by 6, and in terms of firepower, it's actually a lot smaller too. I mean, the Mad Dog itself has 82 firepower for starting base versus that of the Hellbringer 61. So I'm not exactly sure how this mech compares in terms of, I guess, effectiveness, so to speak. We did try out the Mad Dog in the last video, and I tried my best to explain to you guys how to use it effectively. For this mech, it is an assault mech. It's gonna be, it is not as tanky, of course, as the Mad Dog, and offers less firepower overall, but I'm pretty sure that the Hellbringer is offers something that we can use very well to the field itself. But yeah, let's try it out. I will do my best to explain to you guys how to use this Hellbringer effectively. Let's just see how it turns out, and yeah, let's hope for some good games, guys. Alright then, let's do it. Assault mechs, I would argue, are not designed to be in the front lines. Certainly there are exceptions to that. The Dire Wolf is one example of that. We are taking some hits. Taking some hits right now. Ow, ow, ow. Well, we might actually die here, guys. Our torso's dead. Yep, that does it. That's definitely not one way you want to use this mech. Definitely not a good way to use this mech. Doing some good damage right there, trying to hit his arms. Oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That is not what you want to do. Ow, 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 ow. We are taking hits, and wow. Yeah, that was a fail. Okay, fail.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright then, guys, the struggle is incredibly real, just trying to figure out how to use this Hellbringer really well. It's tough. I'm really struggling here, guys. I'm gonna be very honest with you. The Hellbringer is a lot harder to use. Maybe those of you guys who are more experienced with assault mechs or just this mech in general can maybe not relate to how I feel, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. The Hellbringer, it looks nice. It has a lot of weapons to bear, but again, it's deceptively friendly is a good way to put it. I can definitely see why people would appreciate this mech, just based upon the heavy firepower again it brings and complements, but it's not a mech again that we can just throw ourselves into the front lines, especially, and this mech is really dependent upon a team that actually knows how to work together. That sounds, again, very obvious. You know, MechWarrior is a team-based kind of sort of game, you know, utilizing mechs of all types, using it to your advantage and working together, but definitely for the Hellbringer itself, we're going to need a team that can actually do some good, and we need to be on our A game as well. This is no excuse, so we're just going to stick with the team itself, try to stay in formation, so to speak, and support each other the best we can. Now, like I have said before, I'm going to try to avoid really putting myself in unnecessary danger. What I mean by that is placing myself where I am outnumbered. I have a high likelihood of overheating my system, so I shut down and become very vulnerable to enemy mechs, and also again, trying to make those shots count. Really going to do that. There is a Timberwolf here. We have some support. I'm going to actually try to assist my fellow mech. It's an assault mech versus an assault mech, so, and in comparison to the Timberwolf to that of the Hellbringer, I do believe the Timberwolf has the advantage over the Hellbringer itself, especially when it comes to speed. Just letting this guy have it. 56 HP. Oh man, we're taking a lot of hits. It's very uncertain if we're going to survive this encounter, honestly. kill assist. Alright then. Well, we've taken quite a lot of damage though, if you haven't noticed. Our torso is very lit up, very heavy in the red. Trying to avoid those missiles, try to get under cover. Ooh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh man. That fight was very furious. As you can probably tell, we weren't exactly aiming either. We're just kind of using our machine guns, just trying to deal as much damage as we could. So there's a Jenner right there. I'm not going to really chase that mech, to be honest. We're kind of wasting time. Just
incoming missile.
It's pretty heavy fighting right now, though. Looks like we're all in the streets.
Critical damage.
Trying to avoid showing my torso, if I can. All right, that's one other mech down. It's pretty furious. Oh, ow! Taking some friendly fire, taking some hits from mechs also from behind us. Pretty furious firefight right now. It's very, 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 very close quarters. Incredibly close quarters right now. And we are very lit up. Thankfully, we've only lost one weapon. That's one of our PPCs. However, that can very quickly change if we're not careful. This Jenner, I don't know why I'm chasing this mech. It's a light mech. This mech could honestly be the death of us if we're not careful. This mech could definitely loop around and do some damage to our backside, of course.
Ammo at 25%.
25% ammo from machine guns, 214 bullets. We're gonna... Oh, trying to turn ourselves around. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. That Jenner is hurting, but we are hurting very badly as well. That is another kill assist right there. Man, this is very furious right now. 9-6, very close game right now, and I'm pretty sure a lot of our mechs are heavily damaged. However, I do believe we should pull out ahead on this fight and engagement. We do outnumber the enemy mechs, and when you do outnumber your enemy mechs, you do have a tendency to win. Unless you're just that bad.
Target acquired.
Alright, that's one other mech down. Looks like there's two more mechs within the vicinity. We're going to stick close to our team. Try to really not die. As you can tell, we're very lit up. But surprisingly, we still retain most of our weapons. So, you know, just even though you are a badly damaged mech and you are very compromised in terms of health, that doesn't mean that you can't be just as effective. Now, that is a win for us. Thank God for that, because the previous games, my God, we were getting our ass whooped right there. Not too bad of a game, 12-8 again, really close quarters, pretty furious. You don't really see that kind of matchup sometimes. Battle time only 5 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's check our player stats. 3 kill assists, 119 damage, 65,000 C-bills. It's something, we'll take it, you know, but honestly, we're pretty fortunate to have survived that encounter, I'd say.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright then, conquest mode right here. And it's already, well, okay then, conquest mode. Trying to see where the team is going to be at. Let's see. Okay then, looks like I'm just going to follow the rest of the teammates right here to see where their general direction is going. But again, we were trying to explain how to utilize the assault mech itself just in general, but it's been kind of difficult. We haven't had a lot of games to really exemplify. I'm so sorry to get in your way. We haven't had a lot of examples or games to exemplify how to use the assault mech and just this mech in general really well. It's been very difficult for me personally trying to really understand this mech. Again, just because you realize a mech has a lot of firepower and has a lot of weapons doesn't mean it's going to always be the best mech. I think this mech was somewhat overhyped. I heard a lot of good things about it, but in comparison, let's say to the Timberwolf, I would definitely choose the Timberwolf over this Hellbringer. But it is a good mech in its own right. However, you just need to know how to play and use it well. As we have noted before, PPC in conjunction with medium lasers, try to use that weapons, those two weapons, if you're going to use them together in a relatively safe area where you will not receive retaliation. Hopefully, if you do get shut down because of heat over expenditure, you will hopefully be in a safe situation where you won't take enemy fire and be very vulnerable to it. Also, another thing is try to avoid being at the front lines. Let's place ourselves in a situation where we're heavily amongst our allies and companions so we can complement each other in terms of combined firepower. And oh boy, I better not be stuck. Okay, good, I am not stuck. And probably the third thing I would like to say in comparison or in concerning this mech itself is, oh boy, there's quite a few mechs right there.
Acquired.
Oh, that's an airstrike. I just lost my train of thought too, just because of that airstrike. Wow. Oh gosh, golly. I do not like airstrikes. Airstrikes are very bad. They don't last very long, thankfully, but the amount of damage that airstrikes can do, such terrible pain, and they can really make a difference in terms of a game. But yes, so we want to place ourselves relatively not in the front line, but still be in a situation and in a position especially where we can place our weapons to bear. Assault mechs in general just have so much complementary firepower to offer for the team and assistance, so I really don't recommend making yourself especially vulnerable to early damage and attacks. You want to, again, put yourself in a situation where you can still use your weapons for the team itself. I mean, we can do so much damage, you know, but again, heat gauge for the Hellbringer itself, it rises very quickly, and you know, if you can't really dish out the damage in an assault mech just because, you know, you die very quickly or you take too much damage, or again, you temporarily shut down because of heat, you're really just a burden to the team itself. We discussed this before, how, you know, knowing what weapons you have at your disposal to really make a difference on team really does help. This game is a team-based game. You know, this isn't a game where you can do solo amount of damage and win the game itself. It really is going to be dependent upon your team. As you can see right there, heat level very critical. Our heat just rises very quickly using just simply our PPC and medium laser. Those are the two weapons we're probably going to be using the most. Machine guns will be used in close quarter combat when we have confidence that we can take out the enemy mech. Oh boy, that's a lot of enemy mechs. I'm going to just back off right there. Again, just specifically for the Hellbringer, I don't know, there might be some other assault mechs that heat levels are much better controlled, but for the Hellbringer itself, really taking pot shots from a distance, I would highly recommend it, just because again, your heat level rises so quickly. You really want to be cautious of how often you fire your weapon. Now, it does look like we are winning the capping game fairly well, and in terms of killing and destroying the other mechs, I believe we are winning.
Destroyed.
We are very good in that realm as well. I'm afraid this game is like many other games where it's very one-sided, sadly.
Target acquired.
It's a Mislinks, not a Raven. I thought it would be a Raven, but regardless, it is a light mech, and that individual died very quickly. Looks like we're all trying to hunt down the last mech, wherever that MechWarrior is. No sign of him, to be honest. But yes, assault mechs, really. Definitely, again, assault mech is probably the good definition for this mech would be in general is that it offers high amount of damage in a mech that's relatively glass cannon, very much so. You could argue that that's due to balance, probably is, but again, assault mechs, I really wouldn't recommend them to place them in a sticky situation, especially in the front lines, the Hellbringer itself. And I think that's a lot of mistakes and misconceptions people make, and have a tendency to think that, you know, assault mechs, because you have all these weapons, you can really just dish out the damage and kill the enemy mech faster than they can kill you. But really, just in general, I don't think assault mechs, or at least specifically the Hellbringer, is a mech that can really slug it out and take the damage all too well, to be honest. Unless you happen to be an Atlas or a Direwolf, then by all means be my guest. But for the Hellbringer itself, definitely not a mech designed for that kind of strategy. This enemy mech is being very persistent, being very, very sneaky, and avoiding all of us. Oh, looks like there it is. Enemy mech is at E3. Looks like we're about to all converge and probably take out the enemy mech. Our allies should be very quickly to do so.
Target acquired.
And it's Hugin. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. Whatever it is, that person is very much dead. As you can tell by their 62%, 61, 60, 59% HP. Yep, they're going to die very quickly. And that's the game for us. Not too bad. Not too bad. No kills. I don't think we even got that many assists, to be honest, for this mech. In terms of an assault mech and what it's supposed to be, we're doing a relatively poor job of exemplifying it, but we are being very safe, as you can probably tell. Overall, 117,000 C-bills. I'll take it.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Alright then, guys. Honestly, with this Hellbringer, we've had mostly games that haven't been that great, as you can probably tell from the content itself. As in this mech, I am honestly struggling to make a difference for the team and for myself just to use and handle this mech well. It's a very... I'm not going to say it's a very finicky mech, but it is definitely a glass cannon mech. We have a lot of, again, firepower, as I've been making note of, at our disposal, but in terms of damage that we can take, we certainly need to minimize the amount of hits we receive. That's definitely a must. So right now, this is conquest mode, trying to control and take over the nodes, the contested nodes, as much as we can, trying to get a view of the enemy itself, being very cautious, using these rocks as cover primarily, but at the same time we need to join up with the rest of the team itself, add our firepower in the mix of the group, and hopefully eventually we're going to end up slugging each other and duking it out against mech on mech battlefare and battle warfare, so to speak. So here we go, going in, entering the fray itself. Not even going to bother trying to take this node. We already have it. It's uncontested since it's now ours. So we are winning in the capping game. Yep, as Doom, YT Doom says, we have 3 points, just defend them. That's good of any strategy as it is, trying to minimize our losses and still retain the advantage in our nodes. Firing a shot right there. Honestly, I have no idea where our enemy is. Just firing blindly, so to speak. Now, most of the team itself, let's just take a look. Some are really way in the back at Gamma. Looks like those might be light mechs who are doing the capping for us. Thank God for them, because us heavier mechs and slower ones could not really afford to do that. We're right here trying to find some targets, not being too overtly aggressive. I don't want to ask for too much damage, but sometimes when you don't ask for it, you get it anyway. I'm taking some, I believe, AC5 or AC2 hits right in the face. That's not always really nice to have. We're just going to back off. We really need to be in together with the rest of the team, supporting one another. If we ever find ourselves alone, we are particularly vulnerable, and I can assure you we will die very quickly.
Target destroyed.
Looks like that mech didn't live very long. We did get a killing blow and component destroyed. Very lucky for us. That's a king crab that happened to die very quickly. Now it looks like the enemy is finding themselves cornered on their last node right here. So we might begin to move in and try to corner them and destroy them very quickly. Just cut them down to size. Alright, that's another mech down. Use your machine guns just to deal some damage. Doesn't deal a lot, but it's something, you know. And save your kill assist, and that is a win for us. Very quick game. Literally, just very quick, honestly. Hit and run, and we win the capping game, and we destroy all the mechs. That's kind of sad for the enemy team. We just literally just went in there and smashed them to death. Only lost 2 mechs. Let's actually check the Stats, we have 1 kill, 3 kill assists, 2 components destroyed, and 100 damage dealt exactly on the dot. 113,000 C-bills. I think I'm going to actually end this game. That's a pretty good note to end it. Hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. Sorry for some of the disappointing losses and difficulties and gameplay content in which I actually struggle. It is, again, as I'm going to recap, a glass cannon mech. Really got to choose your targets selectively. Really try to avoid overheating, and really, I don't recommend putting yourself in the front lines for any mech, especially for this mech as an assault mech. Hope this video has proven informative to you guys. If you want, like and subscribe. I really do appreciate your support, and like always guys, take care of yourselves and take care of those around you. Until next time here on MechWarrior Online, see ya.